like to start by thanking the organizers of the conference, and especially our partner eClouds and Mr. Shanta Kumar. It's truly an honor to be invited to speak here. And what an amazing thing that we can sit here in Sweden and take part in this conference from the other side of the globe on such an important topic for India, but also for the whole world. So my name is Anders Sjögren. I'm the CEO of Enersize. And with me today, we have Anders Liv, who will be presenting together with me. Compressed air is likely the most expensive source of energy that the industry is using today. But it's also the source of energy that is the least known about today. And I'm here to tell you how to reduce the carbon footprint, how to reduce how much energy the industry is using, but also lowering the risk of unplanned production stops and to reduce cost. I'm really proud to present Enersize and our unique data-driven approach to compressed air energy efficiency. So, did you know that more than 10% of the industry's electricity consumption is used to generate compressed air? And if you add to that the fact that half of that energy is wasted, I think you're starting to see that there is a huge opportunity. The facts that I'm talking about, it's not something that we are making up at Enersize. These facts are well established through research. For instance, the US Department of Energy estimates that as much as half of the energy to compressed air is wasted. And this situation is the same anywhere around the world. Our customers, they are often in a situation when they need more compressed air to maintain their production, because compressed air is usually critical for production in the industry. And in that situation, the customer, the industry would turn to the compressor manufacturers asking for a quote for another compressor. And they, of course, would get that, and it would be at a quite high price, and the compressor would have a little bit higher efficiency than the previous one. But what we say at Enersize is that you really should look at all the energy savings in a compressed air system. The European Commission has produced a research report on this topic, showing that as much as 42% of the energy saving potential relates to reducing air leakages. And to spice this up a little bit, why would you buy more compressed air capacity when the air should not be generated at all? Enersize, we are a startup, but we are built from a fusion of 3 Nordic companies with lots of experience from different kinds of energy efficiency work within the realm of compressed air. We are not aiming to become a company with a large service organization. Instead, we dedicate all our resources in building the best software out there for energy efficiency work within compressed air. So really, our software services are used by customers and partners to get their compressed air under control. We are developing our software independently of compressor manufacturers, and we are aiming to become a global leader in software services for energy optimization of industrial compressed air. Our parent company is Finnish, but we have subsidiaries in Sweden and in China. And we are partnering up with companies around the world. In India, we have eClouds and Mr. Shanta Kumar, who will be speaking, I think, after this presentation. And together with eClouds, we are involved in a clean tech program by the World Wildlife Foundation through H&M, who are looking to improve energy efficiency in their supply chain. So, Anders, why don't you talk a little bit more about what we do and how we work?
I'm happy to do that, and thank you so much for having us on this event. We are very proud to be in India with you at the moment. I must say, I've spent my entire life in the industry. I've been in the asset-intensive industry, I've been in the manufacturing industry, and as you said in the beginning, I've worked in all continents. And I've still not met anyone passionate about compressed air before I met Enersize and our network. And that's kind of a surprise to me, because there is a fantastic energy gain to be found. But I also think that the interest is rising. And I think we can state that the time is now. There are many initiatives that are now coordinating an increased interest in addressing the monumental energy savings hidden in optimizing the compressed air usage. United Nations Agenda 2030 and the Paris Agreement, they are of course pushing for energy savings. And ISO 50001 is helping to identify and structure the work with energy efficiency potentials. And at the same time, the technology evolution, the digitalization, the Internet of Things, the Industry 4.0, etc., is making it easier and more cost efficient. So there has never been a better time to work with energy optimization of compressed air. The International Energy Agency, IEA, they are on a regular basis publishing the carbon intensity of energy generation in different geographies. And from these numbers, we can see that there is a great opportunity to lower the carbon footprint when improving energy efficiency. India is a region that has one of the highest potentials for reducing carbon footprint by doing energy optimization of compressed air. So what we do is basically to help organizations save energy, and by that reduce carbon footprint. And we do this by making organizations aware of the savings potential in their compressed air system. And we move them from leakage levels that are often well above 30%. We had customers with 60% of the air produced being lost into leakage. And we help them institute an acceptable leakage level of always staying below 10%. And these projects, they have a very fast and very high return on investment, most of the time with under 1 year. In case you haven't really jumped in to study the cost of leaks, I took the liberty to present some numbers here. And if I would take a needle and I would push that needle through a hose, I would create a hole that is less than 1 millimeter. And I would probably not even be able to see the hole, and still that hole would cost me a couple of €100 every year. But that is not that remarkable. What is remarkable is that if I expand that hole to just such a small diameter as 6 millimeters, the cost would be a staggering €17,000 per year. And this is from such a small hole. So the cost for leaks are high and the savings potential great when addressing them. To help address these topics, we have built a complete software as a service suite in the cloud, supporting all the steps in the change management and the work to deliver energy optimization of compressed air. Different modules supporting different steps. And we have developed a 3-step process to find energy excellence. And we do a commercial validation between each step to secure project profitability for each customer. And of course, each step is supported by the different modules in the portfolio. So let's look at how we do this. You know, we believe in data-driven decision-making. That is the foundation for everything we do. And we start with what we call X-ray. So we install mobile battery-driven loggers in the plant without harming anything, and we measure pressure, voltage, current, dew point, flow, and we capture data with a 1-second resolution, and we do this for 2 weeks. And then we upload the data to our cloud database for analysis. And with this, we are in a scientific way able to establish the true energy cost level for running the compressed air system of today. And you have kind of a baseline and a starting point based on real facts. We are also able to present the savings potential and a detailed action plan on how to reach that. And in the next step, we carry out a leakage survey and a repair project, and step by step, we are reducing the waste. And when the project is finished, we deliver a confirming X-ray using the same mobile loggers, and once again, getting a scientific definition of the new energy cost level. And we call this service, all in all, leakage reduction. From this moment, many customers realize that they need continuous monitoring on the compressed air system to make data-driven decisions, and we help them to institute sustainable energy optimization of their compressed air system. And this gives them an opportunity to monitor and maintain the new energy cost level or reduce it even further. And we call this latter step energy optimization. And this is a never-ending story. We know one thing for sure, and that is that leaks will come back and new ones will occur. And the only way to keep leakage levels in control is to monitor and continuously act on maintaining the low leakage levels established. Anders said that we are a startup, and a startup we are, but we are a startup that is the result of merging 3 different Nordic companies that have quite some experience. So we have over 7,000 customer projects documented in our database, and we've had the pleasure to work with some of the most recognized brands in the world. And I will just make one example here and ask Anders to present that because he worked on the project in question.
Thank you, Anders. Yes, this is a Korean factory where we worked in the summer of 2019. This system, compared to what we have in Europe, it's rather large, 4 megawatt installed compressor capacity and a bit more than 200,000 square meters of production area. So in this case, the customer was already running our Q+ Money monitoring system, but they wanted to learn how to manage their leakage levels and keep them at a permanent low. So what we did, we trained the customer together with our partner, and together we put 10 technicians at work in the factory, finding more than 2,500 leakages in a bit more than a week. So what you see here is when the compressed air system is starting up in early July, and the team of technicians is out there making repairs on the compressed air system. You see 2 out of 17 compressors running. And the 250 kilowatt compressor is gradually going down, producing less air because of the repairs. And a bit later, the 400 kilowatt compressor can be turned off. This kind of behavior is very typical for what can happen when you do leakage repairs. It's very common that you can turn off compressors and create a much better situation in your compressed air system. So in this particular case, we saved the customer 25% of their air demand, corresponding to 7,000 tons of carbon dioxide per year. Probably some kind of a world record, I think. We're quite proud of this.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about energy optimization of compressed air, please visit our web. This is a pure resource page. It's a library of knowledge. It's not a sales pitch. You can also go in and start signing up for our newsletter, which have the same ambition to share knowledge and make people aware of the energy savings potential in compressed air. And you can watch our online launch event that we recorded as we were launching the compressed air services software portfolio. Thank you so much for listening.